Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Alan. Welcome to the Gibson Garage Speed Shop. Now today in this video, or actually in this week in this video, we're going to be getting right into it with where we left off last time, which is the gear shifter. And you can see I've got that tire valve there that I told you was going to be a grommet, and this is me turning it into a grommet. I started by just cutting the rubber around the outside till I got to the inner metal piece. Then I drilled out the inner metal piece, used a little silicone lube and forced it over the cable with a socket, and it actually works really good. It didn't split, so it's gonna work. And just drilled a hole there in the tunnel and slid it through, and the S bend actually works just fine. So I think we've got a great setup here with the shifter. It seems to shift pretty smoothly, and now we get to move on to the fun stuff, which is disconnecting it all and pulling out the transmission so we can try to figure out why I don't have second and fourth gear. Now, I've got to be honest with you guys, I have no idea why this thing doesn't have second and fourth. You know, I did something incorrectly, obviously, but what I did, I don't know. Why? You know, it didn't seem like I did anything incorrectly, so all I can really do is just go through everything, basically take it all apart, the valve body and the front pump, and carefully go through and make sure everything's put in the right direction, in the right order. And I am going to put in a new plate as well. I got a new separator plate over there that I will drill the holes out to the correct sizes. So we've got these directions from TransGo, which is where I bought the plate from, the separator plate. Improved. Hello mechanic. So it's telling you to check the holes, and if there's any of these important missing holes, to drill them out. Like, how do you not know if there's holes missing? But there's apparently a ton of different versions, you know, as far as years go. Right, I have the 93/94, even though they made this thing in 92. I don't know why nobody ever includes it as a 92. Maybe 92 is actually early 93 and there isn't a difference. But anyway, it says for the 93/94 does not have a PWM solenoid, and that is correct, because that would be there. That would be this one. So we don't have to worry about that. I just want to make sure we got the right plate. Plate dash 46 PLT 94, and that is the part number I picked. And then I got my drill bits from the shift kit. This dimple here, this locking dowel, popped out of the second and fourth gear band. If we look in here and we press up, right, that pushes this upward. And if we let it fall back down, boom, it falls off of that dowel And I think because this drum is also sagging downward a little bit too, it left that air gap there. And I think that's what happened. And I put it back together without that dowel in place. And also check this out. When I push in on this 2-4 servo out here, you can see the check ball moving up and down. And you can hear the air clearly blowing through. So the check ball does not need to be removed. It is doing its thing. Okay, well, now it's another day. We've got the parts are in, so we're gonna put this thing back together. I know I should have been able to put it back together once I, figured I found the problem, but the fluid's looking a little dark. Watch out, buddy. And having that band loose made me worry that maybe it was burning up the clutch, just kind of halfway riding on it. And it looked like there might have been a couple chips taken out the side, so I went ahead and just decided to get a new one from Sonnax. I got the heavy duty with a K. 777-0001K means it's Kevlar. And they say that that's too tough for street, too aggressive for street, I should say. But I don't mind chirping second gear in an automatic transmission. So, and because I raised all the pressures, I put in that shift kit that raises pressures. I think I want that happening. So what's in there is I already replaced with a triple band setup. I believe I did a Kevlar as well, which is why I was able to chirp second gear 4,000 miles ago when I first rebuilt it. But then it sat for a year in the backyard. If you're a longtime follower of the channel, you'll know that it sat back there for a long time before I did all this recent stuff here in the last year and a half, 2 years or whatever it's been. And that's not good for the clutches, just like because of the reason I had to rebuild it 4,000 miles ago. It sat in my dad's driveway and, for 2 years or more, and just it ruins clutch packs, it ruins all that material. It oversaturates it when it's not being used. So we're gonna just replace it to try to eliminate a headache, along with drilling these holes now with the right bits. And then we can put it back together. There's hole A. Halfway. And A, B, C, D are all used with the largest bit. The middle bit is the 16th that we only use once to drill out the PWM hole. The smallest bit is the 052 that we're gonna drill hole E out with. Oh my gosh. My chuck doesn't even lock up on it, it's so small. Well, we know I didn't use this bit last time. Oh. How? Alright, we're gonna pull out these bolts that aren't even really tight right now, because I hadn't decided I was putting it back together forever. We're gonna pull out that old band. I'll show you the parts that looked like they were kind of chipping. I didn't notice that that line the first time. But I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's definitely why we're replacing it. All this. So hopefully we'll put in the new one and we'll be back to chirping second gear anyways, in an automatic. Look how much thicker the Sonnax plate is. That's crazy. The other end appears to be absolutely identical in thickness. Maybe they made that thicker to keep it from falling out when you lay the transmission on its side like this. Huh. I doubt it. There we go. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. Now just don't let it fall out. We'll be good. Okay. That's in. We just got to slide the pump back on before this falls off the clutches. Okay, got my mom's pink drill because it goes small enough to hold the bit. Now we can finish drilling this hole E out. Okay. Yay, drilled it out. Because I don't know if plugging that hole is the PWM hole that is right here. I'm not going to drill that out and plug it up just yet. I just don't know. I just don't know. That hole, because the hole looks like it goes to some pretty important stuff that is not the PWM. It actually, the hole goes, or at least it doesn't go to the PWM right away. But the hole more immediately goes to this valve here, and that's not the PWM valve. And I noticed that this valve is not pushed out all the way. At all. It's like still pushed in from where I had put it in, so there's no fluid getting to this side of the valve. Now that I know the band is in correctly and it's latched in. Okay, so I finally made a decision on the transmission with this separator plate, whether to or not to plug that PWM hole. And basically I'm not gonna do it, long story short. I'm not gonna plug it because I've read the instructions over and over and over and over again, and it finally just kind of clicked and was like, well, it seems like I don't need to do anything in this step at all if I'm not installing the pressure limiter. So that's what we're not doing. So we'll put the gasket back on. I got the plate. It is drilled out to the right size, like that hole E is correct this time, that AFL balance hole. So we can set this on there. Yay. And then we can get the 2 bolts. We'll get 2 of these bolts set in there for the Z holes, which I believe is this one and this hole over here. That'll line the plate up real nice. Put all these silly little chip balls in place. Now that we've got these holding down the plate and the gaskets all in their place, holding it nice and flat from the springs too, we can take these out, put on this valve body here. One more time. One more time. One more time. I miss you. All right. Final stretch. Now, there's no bolts to hold this in. So you gotta set it in there just right. Don't push it in too far. Back it off a little bit like I just did. So this actually just touches the pan. Almost, or like almost misses the pan. That's the pan, see what I mean?
Love you, Dad.
I love you too, son.
Holy f heavy, dude. Someone's playing games. Got to top it off with some fluid. I poured about half this bottle in here a second ago, and I think I was pouring it too fast, and it came back and out of the funnel and burped all over the front here. I got a big mess to clean up all over the frame. The control arm bushings are nice and lubed now though, so that's good. There's a positive, a silver lining. But I'm sure this is going to take at least a gallon. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. Okay, I think we need to start the truck and crank that pump over. Okay, it's running. Fluid's topped off. We're going to go take it for a drive. You know what though? I gotta find a clip for this guy, so because that keeps falling off. So interesting. Oh, I felt the kick in the second. Yes, I've got second gear. Oh, that's so awesome. We're warmed up, so we're gonna nail it. There's second gear. There's third gear. Oh, this is good news. Okay, it runs good. I've got all the gears, but I got another problem. Boo. Well, that's gonna do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you hanging in there this long and supporting me through this crisis. Man, what a debacle that transmission was, but we got it done. It shifts, and now we just got to get some draggy numbers. So subscribe, hit the bell, and next time I'll be putting on that draggy and see what we can do. But I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and until next time, peace.